Are you excited for this year's Super Bowl? I assume the answer. That's why you clicked on this Super Bowl preview video. If you are hyped for Super Bowl 56, I want you guys to like the video right now. Time now for our Super Bowl LVI. That's 56 in Roman numerals. The one thing that Latin helped me out with. Preview. Rams against the Bengals. The Rams, 12-5 this year, and the Rams in a top 6 scoring offense. The 6th scoring offense, I should say. The 10th scoring defense. The Bengals, meanwhile, hot behind with the help of Joe Burrow as of late. Their defense tied for 13th. The offense 8th. Now they get ready to play for the Bengals, the first time in a very, very long time. The Rams back where they were when they had Jared Goff, this time with Matthew Stafford. Not the matchup that anyone thought was going to happen, but here we are, less than a week away from the big game. The Rams, a 4-point favorite, versus, really, the Bengals are the home team in this one, the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's how the Rams got there. Wild card round, they take down the Arizona Cardinals 34-11. Kyler Murray was in that game. Absolutely terrible. The Rams had no issues. They were on pace to blow out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However, the Bucs rallied late, and then they went with the blitz with Todd Bowles, and Cooper Kupp gets loose. It's a huge play. Matt Gay, against his old team, delivers the walk-off kick, and then the Rams, in a bit of a thriller against San Francisco, score late. Defense holds, a low-scoring affair. They win 3 straight, just like the Bengals have to make it to the Super Bowl. They beat the Raiders on the game. Really, all 3 of these games came down to basically the final play, right? Logan Wilson intercepts Derek Carr on the goal line to ice that one, a 7-point win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Beat the Titans as Ryan Tannehill was pretty bad in that one. The kicker delivers. Evan McPherson did it again against the Chiefs in overtime. The Chiefs were up big in that game. They were going to ice it. They have a play at the goal line, have a 21-point lead, 21-plus point lead. And they're short, and the Chiefs never recover. They collapse in the second half, and the Bengals behind Joe Burrow rally to win in a thrilling overtime game. Hopefully, this game can match what we've had so far in a great NFL playoffs. So I want you to shoot your shot right now. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year? Type in R for the Los Angeles Rams or type in B for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me know right now in the comments. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here, take advantage of it. Head down there, type in R for the Rams or B for the Bengals. Let's talk injury news and notes now. First up, Cam Akers, Jalen Ramsey, shoulder issues. I wouldn't be worried about them or Van Jefferson's knee or Andrew Whitworth's quad. I think they'll be fine. The one to monitor is Tyler Higbee. Had that knee injury against the 49ers. At this point, early in the week, it is unclear if Higbee will be able to play for the Rams against the Bengals. But there's no doubts he will do everything possible to play in this game. If he is out, Bryson Hopkins is the next man up, and maybe the Rams get creative and actually use second-round pick Tutu Atwell. We'll see on that front. The Bengals, meanwhile, Stanley Morgan, Cam Sample, Josh Tupou, those guys should be fine. It's CJ Uzomah and Jackson Carman that you have to worry about. Uzomah, much like his counterpart for the Rams at tight end, also suffered a knee injury, this time against the Chiefs. He says no way he's missing this game. And even if he's limited, I bet he plays in that one. If he cannot go, there will be more Drew Sample for the Bengals. Jackson Carman, meanwhile, the second-round rookie out of Clemson, has missed some practice time with a back issue. This is definitely one to monitor. The Bengals' offense line is not very good. They've rotated in even mid-game. Carman and Akeem Adeniji at right guard. It's a weak point on the offensive line. Make no mistake on that one. We'll have to wait and see how that situation develops. If you're the Rams, you're banking on pressure with your front against the Bengals. I want you now to predict the score of this game. Rams, Bengals. Remember to mention who you think wins the game. Go do it right now in the comment section. And I want you guys to put your money where your mouth is. Go bet on the game with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. They will hook you up with a 125% deposit bonus at chatsports.com/bet. Simply use promo code NFL Daily. When you put down at least $100, you can bet on the spread, straight up pick 'em, over unders, and it'll end up being hundreds of prop bets in this game as well. You can do it all with BetUS. The Rams, of course, a 4-point favorite in this one. Bet on them or against them. Bet on the Bengals, props, you name it. The Gatorade color, that'll be a bet as well. Chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code NFL Daily at chatsports.com/bet. The two QBs now, both of them trying to really establish legacies at some level. Joe Burrow, he's been great this year. 70.4% through the air, 8.9 yards. That's a blistering number, by the way. 34 touchdowns, 14 INTs. Matthew Stafford hit a bit of a rough patch late in the year, but still finished with 8.1 yards per attempt, 41 touchdowns, 17 INTs. He has been an upgrade, undoubtedly, over Jared Goff. In the playoffs, actually, Joe Burrow has been a big part and a big reason as to why the Bengals are at where they are because of how good he's been. His numbers have not been blistering. Now, the Bengals have won a bunch of close games. I think his presence is a big deal as to why they're at where they're at. But Matthew Stafford, playoffs only, has been the better QB, at least for now. Stafford had never won a playoff game before this year. He is now undefeated with the Rams at QB in the postseason. And Joe Burrow, Big Game Joe, he doesn't lose big games either, as of course you know from his LSU time. So pick a QB. Who do you feel most confident in for this game? Type JB for Joe Burrow or type in MS for Matthew Stafford. If you want more free videos here at Chat Sports on the NFL, you've come to the right spot. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now for free videos multiple times every single day. Finally, some key matchups here. Number one is the Rams defensive line versus the Bengals offensive line. Jonah Williams is a good football player, but even he's not elite. And they've got Aaron Donald and Von Miller and even Greg Gaines and Leonard Floyd. The Rams defensive line has the advantage over Joe Burrow. They've got, and the Bengals offense, they got to get pressure, got to hit him, and get pressure on third downs. That is how this game will be won or lost for the Bengals. Third down, as they always are absolutely massive. Matchup number two, the Bengals receivers against the Rams defensive backs. I mean, Eric Weddle's played a ton, which is kind of crazy. The Bengals have, I would argue, the best wide receiver trio in the NFL. And by the way, you know, C.J. Uzomah was pretty damn good too, plus Joe Mixon. T. Higgins, no order. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. Can the Rams, which is a good secondary of, you know, Jalen Ramsey, David Long, Darius Williams, Nick Scott, those guys hold up against Burrow? I expect a lot of empty formations for the Bengals. Quick passes, avoid the pressure. Can those guys, can the Rams cover enough to get their pass rush home against a weak Bengals offensive line? And finally, the turnover battle. It's a cop-out, I know, but this makes sense as far as I'm concerned. The turnovers are pivotal. Both these teams have guys that can take the football away. But can Matthew Stafford with a good receiving core dice up the Bengals secondary? Can the fumbles that were so bad for Cam Akers in the postseason rear their ugly head? It's a game that happens pretty much every time. A late turnover will carry a pretty massive impact in this particular game. Folks, if you haven't already, remember, hit that big red button and subscribe for free videos every single day on everything going on around the NFL and the NBA as well, with the trade deadline almost here. So if you haven't already, please hit that big red button and subscribe right now.